Hello everyone, this is the Flowmon's roadmap update session. Let me introduce Martin Skoda, who is today with me here. Hello Martin, how are you doing?
Hello guys, I'm fine.
Thank you for joining us today. My name is Luboš Lunter, I'm a product manager of Flowmon Networks. Martin is responsible for the security operations part, and my responsibility is the network operations. And let us introduce you the Flowmon roadmap update for 2021. So, as you probably expect, our product portfolio is built from network operations part and security operations part, and together we combine these areas into one product, so you can see the network operations as well as security operations information on the dashboard. You can build joint reports, and you can make the security teams and networks teams to work together. The first part will be focused on the network operations, and I will share with you our plans in terms of our Flowmon collectors product, the whole NPMD, network performance monitoring and diagnostics part, so you can have a picture what our plan is, what the future looks like, and where we have the benefits or the ratio behind the NPMD part, and is to provide a central access from the dashboard to deep technical information in drill downs. So the whole workflows from the dashboard to the drill downs to get from statistics and visualizations to raw data if needed. The reason why do that is to get the network transparency, have the insight across all environments, no matter whether it's on-prem, cloud, virtual, or hybrid. And thanks to these gathered and visualized information, it's when doing troubleshooting or dealing with some unoptimal behavior in the network, thanks to this information, you can dramatically reduce mean time to resolve the problem and take subsequent actions. So let's go from this general introduction to very specific plans. So right now we are out with the 11.1 branch. The Flowmon 12 is the closest major release expected in Q4 2021, and the main features you can expect here is improved dashboard and reporting. So if you remember the new dashboards and reports we have introduced in Flowmon 11.1, we got some feedback from customers improving the dashboards and reports. So in Flowmon 12, reports will definitely replace Flowmon Monitoring Center reports and will provide the full value for you. So you will be able to build dashboards and reports from different Flowmon modules and have just visualized informations no matter where the origin of the information come from. So To be more specific, you can expect some contextual actions on the dashboard. So it will be very straightforward to do drill downs. There will be a magnifier icon which allows you to go directly to analysis from the dashboard widget, or you will also have option to go to analysis from the widget and run the analysis, so to execute the filter in the analysis, or you can just be redirected to analysis and you can do some specification in the query, so you can make sure that the query is not going to be executed too long. So you can specify it in a way you see fit. Also, reporting will provide new layouts for the ADS stuff like security reports and MITRE and so on. So it will be easier to manipulate with these reports. Another cool stuff in Flowmon 12 is our cloud experience or cloud monitoring experience. You probably know that we already do support AWS flow logs. We are deployable in Flowmon in Amazon AWS cloud, in Microsoft Azure and Google Cloud. And what we are going to improve in this Flowmon 12 version is the support of Azure and Google Cloud native flow logs. It's something similar to flows in the on-prem networks. You can imagine that like a NetFlow 5 NetFlow version 5 standard, and we will be able to store this data together with flow or IPFix data and provide the statistics and visualizations constructed with these cloud data together with on-prem. So you will be able to monitor hybrid environments as well. So another improvement in the area of cloud monitoring is adding TCP flags in AWS flow logs. So we support AWS flow logs, or we have been supporting the AWS flow logs for some time, but AWS has added TCP flags, which is really great news for us, because we really need and we rely on TCP flags in security analysis. So we are going to add this TCP flag support to AWS flow logs, and we will be able to provide reliable or more reliable security analysis from AWS flow logs thanks to the TCP flags. Of course, there are plenty of other use cases where the TCP flags can help, not only in the security area but in the network operations as well. Another improvement is the UI performance enhancements. To be more specific, it's asynchronous queries in the topologies where it improved the user experience, and the continuous storing of nodes and their position in the topology, which sometimes, especially on some virtual appliances, it took sometimes few seconds to store the node, and it resulted in poor user experience. So this will be addressed here in Flowmon 12 as well. So this is the top. This was, or these features were the top of Flowmon 12th release. And let's take a look what will come after Flowmon 12. It will be Flowmon 13, expected in Q2 2022. And this release will come with Predictive Insights, which is technology called the prediction and trending. We use a time series analysis to be able to inform user not only about the real-time values of bandwidth utilization or some network performance metrics such as round-trip time, server response time, or retransmissions, but we will be compute the time based on the time series analysis what you can expect in the future based on the past or historic data. So together with the information that real-time retransmission is this value, you will be able to see that it will probably increase in the next time period. And if you have some threshold, no matter whether you are working with link utilization or the performance metrics, you will be able to be alerted that this threshold will be probably reached in the future time interval. So that's really great for users because thanks to this, they will be alerted not about the recent trouble, recent issue, but they will be alerted about the future issue, possible future issue, so that so they have some time to deal with the issue while it is not impacting their users in the network, so they can completely avoid the complaints and frustration of end users. So this is one of the most important feature. Another for us as developers of the product, it's very important feature from the customer perspective. It's more hidden, and it will reflect as better performance when computing the data queries and providing some flexibility in the when working with flows and flows IPFix implementations with of third-party vendors, but it's completely new flow processes backend, which provide us these improvements of performance. We will be able to work more efficiently with the flows stored on the collector, and when, for example, when doing the support for a third-party vendor, so you can imagine as we do support Gigamons, Ixias, VMwares, IPFix extensions from Flowmon 13, it will be very easy to add another IPFix field, IPFix extension, its definition. So once it is stored on the collector knows how to store it, how to represent it. It can immediately include it for the aggregations, analysis, reports, and so on. So there will be no need of our development work when doing the support of third-party vendors. Very useful feature will be deployment automation. So you will be able to configure Flowmon via API. It will be easy to do like the bulk deployment of number of instances, and the result is the reduced manual effort and obviously, this feature will be appreciated not only by the end customers but also by the partners who support end customers, and it will save time to everybody who is dealing with the configuration and deployment of Flowmon. Another cosmetics in this release will be the quota manager facelift. We have been working with the customers and pre-sales engineers to improve the experience when doing the quotas setting. So it will be easier right now to understand what the quotas are, how to set them to have the system tuned for the specific needs. And at the end of the Flowmon part of the presentation, let me introduce you Flowmon 14, which is quite future. The exact date is not set yet, but it's still important for us to show you what we are already working on, so you can look forward to the news in this version, future versions as well. The most important stuff in Flowmon 14 is asset view, asset monitoring, and its complete change of our philosophy. When working with Flowmon, we are going from IP address-based settings in Flowmon to assets views. So we will be focused on sites, subnets, networks, servers, routers, and whatever you can imagine as asset in the network. So also the workflow when doing the monitoring will be not focused on the IPs and profiles, but on the assets, which is more natural way to see the network, and it will change the experience not only when doing the analysis and doing the analytical workflow, but also when configuring the system, when creating the profile chapters and so on. So it will be easier to understand what really is monitored, and the profile will be just created on the background based on the asset definition. Together with this asset change, we are going to change completely the analytical workflow, and we will come with the new analysis, which is the main part of the analytical workflow, obviously. So we are not going to change just colors and graphs. We are changing here the user experience. We are focusing on speeding up the investigation and taking advantage of the new asset-based views. So this is something which will definitely impact all users, all hands-on users who are working with Flowmon. Other news, Flow Quality Analyzer, which will provide you information whether the flow gathered from some flow source is good enough or not for the analysis, because sometimes once you are storing or collecting flows from some flow source, it works in a way that it sends something to the collector, but the usability of such flow with poor quality is not as expected. So this flow quality analyzer will help you to troubleshoot or to decide whether the flows gathered from some flow source is is okay or not. We are also adapting on the virtual environments and cloud environments with license checking and the whole licensing process. We are adapting on these environments, so you can expect a change in this area. And also, we are going to improve security in distributed architecture in this Flowmon 14. We will add these security enhancements as well. So this is from the area of Flowmon. Just to remind you the timeline: Flowmon 12 with the cloud-native flow logs, full-featured dashboards and reporting in Q4 2021, followed by Flowmon 13 in Q2 2022, where you can expect prediction and trending and time series analysis, and the big change of flow processing backend, resulting in the performance increase and the flexibility. And then Flowmon 14 with the assets, new analysis, and other amazing news. So this is all from Flowmon, and let's dive in the Packet Investigator, which is our module for gathering full packet data and their subsequent analysis. The news in Flowmon Packet Investigator will, the top news is the new protocols and analysis. So you can look forward to ARP protocol, ICMP protocol, NTP, and some IoT specific protocols which will be analyzed from the full packet capture. We are going to add also a number of new scenarios for analysis and some UI alignment with the rest of our product suite. So the timeline is Packet Investigator 11.1 with the news I mentioned. You can expect the stable in July 2021, then followed by Flowmon 12, which will be just alignment with Flowmon 12. So we will do changes to make sure that everything works well in Flowmon Packet Investigator together with the new major version of Flowmon. And Flowmon 13, again, the alignment with the Flowmon and the improved search in analysis results in this version. So this is all from the NetOps part, and I'm going to pass the word to Martin. And please, Martin, continue with the security operations.
All right, just give me a second. I'll take a presenter, and now I should be sharing the screen. All right, so as Luboš mentioned, I will continue with the SecOps part of our product portfolio that includes mainly the Flowmon ADS. And this year, we are focusing on several areas that provide following benefits. So first of all, it's performance without the noise. So we are working on some performance optimizations of the system, so it is more responsible while you are working with it. And we also want to introduce new ways how you can tune the system. So it will help you to get the most value of it in the least amount of time. Next, we are focusing on the user experience. Luboš already mentioned the improvements in the dashboards and reporting. That also includes the ADS widgets and reports. So one example can be a MITRE attack metrics, which I will show later. We also want to focus on improving detection methods, as we want to provide more value through them. We want to extend the arsenal of our detection methods, introduce new new methods and also improve or extend the current detection methods. And lastly but not least is situation awareness. We already incorporated MISP threat intelligence feeds, so you can use them to detect threats in your network. We already started to mapping MITRE ATT&CK tactics and techniques to detected events, and we want to improve on that, and that's actually one of the topics of the ADS 11.3. So this version builds up on the things we introduced in the previous version that is already available, the 11.2. In that version, we introduced MITRE ATT&CK support, so we do the mapping of MITRE ATT&CK tactics and techniques to detected events. So our users can be on the common ground. They now know what is the detected event in the context of MITRE ATT&CK framework. And in this version, we took it further. We introduced a widget for the dashboard that actually shows the MITRE ATT&CK metrics. You can see it on the first picture. On the x-axis, you can see the tactics, and below them there are the tactics, and below them there are the techniques. And if we detect some event, we just show it on the widget. This widget is interactive, so if you are interested to see all the detected events for particular tactic or technique, you just click on it, and you will be redirected to the Flowmon ADS to a new by MITRE ATT&CK list of events that you can see on the second picture. So from and on that event list, by MITRE ATT&CK event list, you can see the detected events aggregated by all the tactics, and you can see some details. And by clicking on that event, you can see the event detail. So basically, on 3 clicks, you can get from this MITRE ATT&CK metrics to a event detail to do some analysis to see what is going on. So that was 11.3, and that will be followed with 11.4 that will be released in the 3rd quarter this year. And in this version, it will be a smaller, minor version where we want to improve on how we are processing false positive rules. So we will do some revision of the false positive processing, and it will have 2 major benefits. First of all, if there are some false positive rules that remove 1 or more IP addresses targets from the event, you will be provided with much more clearer information and even detail in that particular event. And the second major benefit is the increase of performance. So in some environments where there is a lot of false positive rules defined, that have the high number of false positives have an impact on the performance, but with this change, it will be much more quicker. The impact will be much more smaller. We also will work on extending our syslog reporting. This is based on the feedback from our customers that are using the syslog to report detected events to some other third-party systems, for example, CMs. And these syslog messages will be extended with the name of method instance and also with the name of blacklist. So when you have more method instances created, you will know from which instance the detected event was detected, and also from which blacklist the event was detected. Another thing is Appendo integration. This will enable us to add in-app guides in the future to help you with let's say onboarding, with getting to know the system, and also with passing some knowledge, expert knowledge to you, how to tune the system, for example, how to use it the best way so you get the most value from it. It will also provide us with some usage insights, so we can focus on the things you use the most and to improve the features that you are using the most. Then ADS 12, planned for the fourth quarter of this year. This will be aligned with Flowmon 12. And in this version, in this major, we are focusing on the threat detection. So on the detection methods, as I mentioned when I started talking, we want to focus on our detection methods. And this includes extending the set of detection methods, for example, with a detection method that leverage machine learning techniques to detect and differentiate between randomly generated domains by malware from the legitimate ones. We will also extend our current detection methods. Each detection method has one or more submethods, so we will be looking at these submethods, how we can improve on them, how we can extend them to cover more scenarios, security scenarios, let's say, and detect more threats in your network. Next thing we want to focus on is system tuning enhancement. As any NDR system needs some tuning, we want to make this as simple as it can be, as quick as it can be, to provide you basically the most value in the least amount of time. So we will be working on some features that will help you tune the system to lower a number of false positives. And one example can be input flow filters that will whitelist selected traffic. So for example, if you are using Office 365, you usually get a lot of DNS queries on Microsoft domains, and in some cases that might cause some false positive detection in the ADS. So we want to create some whitelist that will just say that anything from Microsoft.com domains, it will not be used for the DNS anomaly detection method, and then you will not get the false positives no more. So that's just one example. We will be also focusing on the improving the multi-tenancy. So Flowmon 11 introduced tenant-based multi-tenancy that is not fully supported in the ADS, and we want to make this right. So our MSPs and larger customers that want to use the tenant-based multi-tenancy can also use it easily with the ADS. Okay, so if we look on the timeline, we can see that the following release will be the 11.3 with the MITRE ATT&CK visualization with the dashboard and the event list. It also includes reports, MITRE ATT&CK reports that I didn't mention. This version is already available as early access in beta, and in 2 weeks it will be available for all as a stable. Then coming next is ADS 11.4 with Pendo integration, improved false positives, and extended syslog reporting. And the last version this year that will be aligned with Flowmon 12 is ADS 12. That will include the extended detection methods, will improve how you tune the system, and will also support tenant-based multi-tenancy. So that's everything from the SecOps part for this year. And yeah, I guess I'm getting back to you, Luboš.
Yeah, thank you very much, Martin, for this security operations part. And I hope that you have found in the presentations of our future plans the features you are waiting for or you are expecting, or which probably help to make your days easier and better. So thank you very much for joining us today. and I'm looking forward to meeting you in some future sessions. Thank you, Martin.
Thank you, Luboš. Thank you, guys. See you soon.